met rather conveniently at Cardiff University. Myself and Neil, on our first day of arriving at university, we were fortunate enough to be placed to live in the same hallway. And there was a rather beautiful moment where I heard he'd moved in, I knocked on his door, he opened the door, and I was wearing a Sonic Youth t-shirt, and he was holding a Sonic Youth poster, which he was just about to stick up on his wall. So I think from that moment, we knew that it was love at first sight.
If you catch me with my hands in the till, I promise sugar I wasn't trying to steal. I'm just swimming in carpet, smell and pretend like a robot.
We formed a band to kind of rebel against what people would consider to be real rock and roll. I think a lot of bands that were coming out of the UK and especially London at the time were bands that were hugely influenced by the Strokes or the Libertines, who were like good bands in their own right, but the bands that people were forming, they were just trying to copy those bands, and they weren't trying to do anything original or exciting within the constraints of like indie music or rock music. The first record, Hold On Now Youngster, was basically just a compilation of every song we'd written up to that point, because we recorded it just after we finished university, so it was basically every song that we'd written in the previous 12 months. Previously, we've kind of not known what sort of band Los Campesinos wants to be, but I think now, on this record, we've really captured how we want to sound and what we want to do lyrically and sonically. And so that's really exciting to get that out there.
I taste the state of your and I hate to
If it wasn't for MySpace, we wouldn't be here right now. MySpace enabled us to reach out to, well, it was bands to reach out to the whole world. I mean, within a week of putting up our original demos, we had a record contract offer from a label in Australia, and but they wouldn't have heard of us if it wasn't for MySpace.
If it wasn't as easy as us just putting our songs on the internet, we wouldn't have tried, because we didn't ever feel like Los Campesinos would go any further than just being like playing some songs with your mates. We're just incredibly lucky, and having the internet allows us to keep in complete touch with anybody that we want to all the time, and that's how we want to be as a band.
Calvin Johnson never meant anything to me. International tweaker, underground.
We're still not entirely convinced that this whole thing isn't a dream, so we don't ever want to stop being humble, and we don't want to ever stop realising how lucky we are, because as soon as bands forget how lucky they are, they start believing their own hype, and they start getting stuck up and think that they're too good for the people who watch them who aren't in bands. And as soon as we start being like that, the band will be no more, because it won't be worthwhile. Nosotros somos Los Campesinos, and you are on
El Parlante Amarillo.